Well, math and science often get a bum rap in American schools. Subjects perceived as boring, hard, and, well, geeky.
Why'd you look at me when you said that? But an American inventor tonight is trying hard to change all that by showing kids that technology holds the key to changing the world. And as CBS 58's Renee Riddle shows us in one of your stories tonight, it seems to be working.
It already seems to have the character of R2-D2, but this little robot is far from complete.
Right now we're building a robot to take to competition.
That's right, building from scratch. A bunch of high school kids working together to do something they've never done before.
I'm on the chassis drivetrain team, so we had to design and build the chassis. And there were several times where we did things wrong and we had to take it apart and put it back together and then take it apart again and put it back together.
But with real engineers as mentors, this new robotics team at McWanago High School is proving to be fast learners.
This is going to lift up with a pulley system over the goal, and this door is going to come open and drop the ball out.
The bot, as the kids like to call it, is part of something called FIRST, for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, an organization created by a guy who wants kids to think of science as something cool.
That's what the definition of life is. If you're not going to change the world, just go to sleep, go hibernate.
Dean Kamen has been called the Pied Piper of technology. He recently made a splash with the unveiling of the Segway, a high-tech electric scooter that mimics the body's ability to maintain balance. Kamen also invented the iBot, basically a wheelchair that can climb stairs and raise to eye level. Many of his 150 patents are for medical devices, like the heart stent currently in Vice President Dick Cheney. Impressed? Kamen hoped so. That's why he created FIRST, so kids could learn to idolize Archimedes and Einstein as much as Britney Spears and Michael Jordan.
I think that's exciting, to have an icon in a field that typically we don't, but we should have.
Kamen founded FIRST to motivate kids to learn. Every year, this robotic competition gives teams 6 weeks to build a problem-solving robot for a specific task. The national competition draws 20,000 people, a Super Bowl-type atmosphere that seems to get kids hooked on science.
Everything has to be so exact, and then instead of like schoolwork and everything, you can have a little bit of margin error and still kind of have it right, like an English class. But here you have to have everything precise, otherwise it won't run.
Sometimes math might not be the most exciting class, and this is letting them see an outlet for it and a practicality and an application of it. And if they could stay in math, then they could become the future Dean Kamens.
Through FIRST, kids are learning that engineers, physicists, and mathematicians might have a cool job after all. With one of your stories, Renee Riddle, CBS 58 News.
And as always, if you have a story idea for us, you can call the